What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's enjoying their week. Hope everybody's looking forward towards the summer. I know that I am. I've got a few more camera gear things that I got coming in for my A6400 that I'll be looking forward to kind of playing around with, as well as a lens that I bought about a month ago or two. I think it was 2 months ago that I did a unboxing and a small review on. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting it on my camera and getting it outside and kind of playing around with it. So hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you guys are at least enjoying or going to be able to enjoy the summer without having to, being stay at home. So today's video I'm going to be talking about the 5 things I love about my Sony ZV-1. Now my last video I did was a review of my Sony ZV-1, and I did that straight out of the box. It's called Intelligent Audio, and I pretty much did everything directly from the camera itself, so I didn't do any color correction, any color changes, other than maybe messing around with the volume a little, but beyond that, directly from the camera was what I did with that video. And it was kind of an overdue video that I wanted to do, just didn't get a chance to. And so if you haven't watched that video, I have a link in the description here if you want to see what the camera looks like straight out the box, without having to add any external audio or anything like that matter. So today I'm going to be talking about the 5 things that I love about the Sony ZV-1 and why I think that you should get this camera if you're looking to start your first YouTube channel, or if you are looking to get your first vlogging camera. So let's get into this review. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is size. This thing is small. It is a compact camera. It's roughly about the size of my GoPro. I should say it's a little bit bigger than my GoPro Hero 9 when it's in its medium mod. So it's a compact camera basically that has a ton of features for what it costs. So size-wise, this thing is perfect. You can stick it in your pocket, stick it in your backpack if you're going on some weekend excursion, or if you're going on vacation somewhere and you don't want to carry around a lot of camera gear, you just want to carry something small, compact, that will be able to do this as good of a job as any other camera gear that you're looking to carry with, or just something to just kind of, again, take to the beach or somewhere. This camera, size-wise, fits perfectly, fits great in your pockets, backpack, back pocket. Not that I suggest you do that in your back pocket, but you can probably find a way of kind of getting some sort of a lanyard and sticking it and having it hang around your neck. But size-wise, this camera is amazing. Doesn't weigh anything. It's like next to nothing. If I were to weigh this next to my GoPro, I'd say hand in hand wise, it might be slightly heavier, but not enough to where you'd have to worry about not being able to handle holding this thing all day shooting videos and photos. So, and that's my second thing that I love about this camera, is this thing does good photos and does amazing videos. Now this is a small compact camera that does 4K at both 30 frames as well as I think 24 frames, and also has what is known as a high frame rate, which basically means that this mode selected allows you to use the camera for shooting faster objects at a much slower rate. Think of it as kind of like shooting at like 1080 at 120 frames. You have a mode to do that. Aside from having to go manually and doing it that way, you can just simply hit the mode button on the top of this and you can simply just select that, and that's how that works. It's amazing, although I have not used it myself because I don't really film a lot of fast action stuff, and I just don't really use it. But if you're that person that does love to do that, then definitely take a look and try that option. And the third thing I love about this camera is the usability of it. Now it does have a flip out camera, which is something you would want in any type of vlogging camera, because one, when you are doing your self vlogs and you have your camera like this and you have your screen flipped in a way that makes it easy for you to see what you're looking at, you can basically, in your vlogging, you can see yourself in frame, you can see yourself if you're in focus, not in focus. You do have the ability to have touch focus on this, so if you're out of focus, you simply tap on the screen and it puts you into focus. Now when you have this in automatic mode, or as it's called, intelligent audio, pretty much everything else is taken care of. The white balance, the ISO, pretty much everything is taken care of. All you have to do is simply just hit record button, and that is it. I mean, the record button is right there, as you can see. It's pretty simple. It's in red. Simply tap that, and if you want to take photos at the same time, the shutter button is on top of the on and off power button, so it is as easy as that. When I was shooting my last video, the last video I was talking about, I shot, as I said before, everything was in intelligent audio, so you saw how that video looked. So if you are not new, if you're not familiar with camera settings and manual operating modes and all of that, I would suggest definitely trying auto first, intelligent audio, intelligent auto, because this camera does a great job just straight out the box of doing that. And again, with the flip out screen, it's easy to get yourself in your shots, especially if you're doing like family portraits, or if you're at the beach and you want to do some any type of photos with you and your friends in it. Again, you don't have to worry about guessing, am I in frame, not in frame, am I overexposed, not exposed. Simply just flip that out and there you go. And again, you can flip it this way, and again, it also gives you a much better view of the camera, and so because you don't have a little view screen that you can look through. This is all about making amazing videos and photos. Again, this is a camera that Sony labeled as the vlogger / creator's camera, and it definitely speaks volumes in terms of just size and features. Now again, it does do 1080 as well. It does do great full HD. Now audio wise, again, it's a perfect camera. I wouldn't say perfect, but in terms of audio, you get what is known as a dead cat. Your mic is going to be right there, which is perfectly placed. So you simply just take your dead cat, slide it up on that. Then that basically muffles out the sound on this camera, which is the fourth thing that I love about this, is it does a really good job of doing audio. You don't really have to do too much of any type of editing for audio, as if you watch my last video, again, that was all straight audio. I didn't really have to do too much audio changing to it, just a slight bit, but again, it came out great. The sound was precise, it was natural, there wasn't that much background noise. I tried to eliminate a lot of the background noise, but you probably couldn't hear as much of it. But even when I mentioned it, it really wasn't as loud as I thought it was going to be when I actually went through the editing process with the camera. And again, I had everything in intelligent audio. And the fifth thing that I love about this camera is the accessories that you can get for this camera if you wanted to add something different to it. Now, on my A6400, I have a little small rig cage thing that I have for my external mics that I have connected to that. If you want to do the same thing with this camera, you can simply do that. I will actually show you the small rig thing, the small rig cage that I have for this camera. So as you can see here that I'm holding in my hand, this is known as a cage. This is from Small Rig. This is specifically designed for the A6400. So as you can see from it, it does give you a wooden grip. So when you attach this to this, it does give you a much deeper grip. So say you're doing some type of production, or you want to get really in depth with your camera, and the grip that comes with the camera is a little too small, you want something a little bit more easy to hold on to, then this right here, done by Small Rig, is definitely going to be the answer for you. Again, I'll have the link in the description for this if you want to take a look at it. Now this works very easily. You simply just, on the bottom of your camera, you have a screw thread. On the bottom here, that is your screw. You simply just take that, you basically screw that in, and then you have two options for mounting stuff. You have your cold shoe obviously on the camera, and you have one on the side that you can simply use to attach other types of things, such as an external mic, an external light source, and on the top you can do vice versa. But this gives you options that you didn't have with just the camera on its own. It's pretty simple. I actually do most of my videos, if I'm using this and I want to use my Rode wireless mics, I will simply just attach that to this, because there's an attachment that you can get for the Rode mic. If you're interested or want to know what that is, I'll have a link in the description for that I can actually mount both mics on this one section, and then still use this as my external source for lights if I want to do that. It's very useful. I think it's kind of like your all-in-one solution for the camera if you want to elevate your game. It's pretty easy to use, and that's pretty much everything that I got for my Sony ZV-1. So if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, that way you don't miss content when I drop it. And again, stay tuned for my next video, and I'll see you guys next time.